Okay.
I always feel so awkward waving. Like, hello, hi, how are you? Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back. So today I thought I would switch it up a little bit, and we're going to sit on our bed for this girl chat, because why not? Why not be in the coziest place we could possibly be in? I personally think it even feels more like a sleepover now. I'm wearing my PJ bottoms, I've got my fluffy socks on, I'm not wearing a bra, so I think we're ready. I've got my coffee here as well, and I've also got my water. So you guys sent in your dilemmas, your questions over on my Instagram. Make sure you do follow me over there if you want to get involved with these videos. As always, going to grab my cup of sunshine. Grab a cup of sunshine. Sunshine. It is currently 5:20 in the evening, and I am drinking a cup of coffee because I have no concept of time anymore with this quarantine. So, you know, it could really be 12 p.m. right now for all I know. Okay, let's just stop the chit chat and dive right on in. Okay, so the first question is, do you agree with right person, wrong timing? I really like this question because, yes, I do 100%, and I have a little story time of my own to share with you guys relating to right person, wrong time. So my current boyfriend, we've been together officially now a year and 3 months, and we do live together. We have been living together since the very start of December, but me and my current boyfriend, we were actually dating before we officially became boyfriend and girlfriend. So take it back to the beginning. We were dating, seeing each other for 8 months in total, and then it just wasn't the right time. It was not the right time whatsoever. So we stopped seeing each other. A few months later, he texted me saying he missed me, etc., and he wanted to put a marker down, show me how good he would be to me, etc. So 10 months after we stopped seeing each other, we went on a date again. So we went on another date, and literally like 3 weeks later, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and now we're living together, and we have been together ever since, and we are very happy together. And that is an example of right person, wrong timing. Like, it was the right person, but the point we were at in both of our lives, it just wouldn't have worked back then. And had we have gotten into a relationship back when we were seeing each other, we both said that we don't think it would have worked because we were at very different points in our lives. However, when we did start going out, which was of February last year, it was the complete right time, you know what I mean? And it felt so right for both of us. Even after we had stopped seeing each other, like, we were never off each other's minds, like, we couldn't get over each other, like, neither of us could get over each other. So yeah, I really do believe in right person, wrong timing. Do you know what? I used to say no, like, I used to be like, that is such BS, that is not, like, but honestly, because I've lived through it now, I really, really do believe in it. Do you think boys are scared of settling down / moving in together? Now, personally, I think it completely depends, because some people do have really bad commitment issues. But relating back to my own personal experience and my own personal opinion, so with Nathan, who is my current boyfriend, who I'm with now, he asked me to move in with him after 2 months. Like, he brought it up after us only officially going out 2 months. Like, he just brought it up off his own back and just spoke about it as if it was just going to happen, which it did happen because we are now currently living together. But he said that with his last relationship and his last girlfriend, that she wanted to move in with him and she really wanted them to live together, but he wouldn't. Like, he said no because it didn't feel right, and he said he never would have wanted to live with her. Whereas he said with me, it just felt right. You just know when it's right. Like, he said that you just know when it feels right, you know when it's the right person. And he wasn't afraid to, like, move in or settle down or anything like that with me, but he had no interest in doing it with his previous girlfriend. So I thought that was, like, a real insight, and I found that really interesting. So I just thought it would be nice to maybe share that with you guys. It might give you, like, a little bit of perspective or something to think about. I feel like if they're with the right person, they won't be scared of it. Like, obviously moving in with someone for the first time is going to be a little bit daunting and a little bit scary, because it is going to be make or break. Like, moving in with somebody is going to tell you a whole lot about that person and about the relationship, and within the first, like, 2 months, I feel like you will know if this is right or if this isn't right. For me personally, moving in with Nathan, like, this is the first partner I've ever lived with. We're still going so strong, and we just feel like us moving in together has made us. But I also feel like moving in together is something that is important to do if you're able to do it, because, you know, if you're living apart with somebody for just say 6 years, and then you eventually move in together on year 7, you will get to see that person in a different light, in a way you would never get to see that person if you weren't living with them. It's very different just seeing someone on the weekend weekends or seeing someone a few times a week compared to sleeping in the same bed with someone every night, like seeing them every day, living your life together, like, you know, constantly being around each other, and seeing each other in your every in your every mood, and like everything that just happens in your day-to-day life. Your opinion on being with someone for nearly a year and haven't met their mother/siblings. Okay, now there could be a very good reason for this, like if there's a divorce going on, or if there's somebody in the family who's ill, or any reason. Like there could be so many reasons as to why you haven't yet been introduced to their mother or their siblings, their family, etc. But if there is nothing going on behind closed doors and there isn't a reason as to why you haven't been introduced to them, then I personally would see this as a red flag if you guys are serious about each other, and especially if you guys live near them. Like if you guys live very far away from them and maybe your partner doesn't see their family very often, like things like that are good reasons. But if you guys have talked about the future together, if you guys have said I love you, if you guys, you know, are very committed, I personally would have a real problem with this, because introducing your partner to your family is normally a way that people show another level of commitment. You know, most people don't take introducing their partner or somebody to their family lightly. Like I don't. Like I have always been very picky on who I have introduced to my parents or introduced to my family in general, because it's a really big thing, like, you know, mashing the both of them together. So what I would personally do is sit down with this person and have a conversation, because there's absolutely no point in just jumping to assumptions. A lot of us, and I have been in the past, and you know, sometimes I am still guilty of it, is just jumping to assumptions, and we shouldn't do it because we haven't got a clue. If it hasn't come from their mouth, then we don't know. The only way you can know is if you sit down like an adult and speak to this person about it. So I would just sit down and ask why. Is there a reason why they haven't yet introduced you to their mother or their sibling? And you could come out of it with a very good valid reason. Communication is so important in relationships. It's so important, and communication is a big reason as to why a lot of relationships crumble and they crash and they fall, because people are just assuming all these things in their head and they're like, oh, I know what they're thinking this, but a lot of the time they probably aren't thinking that. You're only going to know if you ask them. How do you deal with mixed signals? Like if somebody says they want friends with benefits but act more. Okay, I personally think that if somebody says they want friends with benefits but they act more, they are telling you, okay, first of all, they're telling you what they want. They're saying, I want to be friends with benefits. If they wanted to be in a relationship, they would be very clear about that. They clearly have no issue expressing what they want, which is a very good thing. So you should take what they say at face value, and you should believe that they want friends with benefits. But if they're acting like more, I would take it as that they want girlfriend benefits without having to commit. And I have spoke about this before on my channel. It's a real thing. It does happen a lot. And do not give it to them. Don't give somebody girlfriend benefits unless they want to commit to you. Like, no, I'm sorry. You cannot say you want to be friends with benefits and like sleep with me, but then get all the things that a girlfriend would do, but then be able to like live the single life and do whatever you want then when I'm not around. Like, no, you're better than that. You are so much better than that. And don't let anybody treat you like that. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And that is exactly what is happening there. I've seen it so many times. My best advice would be to either get out of that situation, or if you do want to be friends with benefits with this person, don't give them girlfriend benefits. Like, give them friends with benefits. No girlfriend benefits, okay? So I've been with this guy for 2 months now, and we're kind of on and off again, and he just doesn't talk that much and ignores me, etc. On top of that, he refuses to use a condom every time we have sex, even though I ask him to. 1 word, 2 words, sorry, dump him. 2 more words, run away. 3 more words, get the fuck away now. That was 5, sorry, but Jesus Christ, get out. Get out. You're wasting your time. You're so much better than that. First of all, that condom thing, like, you should not allow anybody to have a say on your body. Like, if you want somebody to wear a condom and they're refusing to wear a condom, well then you refuse to have sex with them. I'm sorry, it's literally as simple as that. Your body, your rules. Your body is your home, and you've got to take care of your home, because he sure as hell is not going to take care of your home. The only person who's going to do that is you. That makes me so angry. I personally have been in a situation before where somebody's refused to wear condom, and it's not good enough. It is not good enough. You should not have sex with them. Somebody who doesn't talk to you, ignores you, and then thinks they can do whatever they want with your body. I'm sorry, no. what I personally would do is cut the tie right now, walk over the bridge, and I would not stay in that situation any longer. You need to see what you're worth, and you are worth a lot more than this absolute asshole who thinks he can do whatever he wants. The only reason he refuses to wear a condom is because he's only thinking of himself. You need to be thinking of yourself, and it's either condom or no sex, and it's as simple as that. Like, I've literally been like that with people. It's like condom or nothing's happening. I'm sorry, nothing is happening if you don't want to use it. What to do when your man has a different timeline to yours? He wants kids, I want to travel. Okay, now this is a really tricky one, and I feel like this is a situation that a lot of people do find themselves in. I personally think it depends on a lot of things. Like, are you guys so serious and so committed to each other, and do you guys seriously see you settling down together and being with each other long term? Because if that's what you guys really do want and see a future together, then I personally feel like you guys could come to a compromise. Like, relationships involve a lot of compromise, and it's just the way it is. But if you traveling and him having kids are really important to both of you guys, and you are not willing to compromise on it, then I feel like it's not going to work out long term, because you have different timelines and you want different things from life. And unfortunately, it is a reason as to why a lot of people do split up and break up, because their lives are going in different ways and they have different dreams and different ambitions, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's completely okay. I guess you guys just kind of have to ask yourselves, are your timelines more important, or is your relationship more important? Because that is what it's really going to come down to. And if it is a case that your timelines are both really important to you and you just can't compromise, well then at least you guys figure that out sooner rather than later. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because then that means that you guys can find somebody who has the same timeline as you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in like spending years and years with somebody and doing something you didn't want to do, because later down the line you're only going to resent that person. Not sure how much I can trust him. He has a questionable background. He cheated on his ex, and I do think he's changed, but it does make me wonder, can people really change, do you think? I'm all for giving second chances, but I'm also super cautious of getting hurt. I feel like it really depends on a lot of things, on like the situation and the circumstances surrounding his background and him cheating on his ex. Obviously I can only go off what you sent me, but I personally think, okay, like for example, like I know somebody who cheated on their ex, but their ex had cheated on them, and it had become a shitty relationship. Do you know what I mean? And they ended up cheating on their ex, thinking it would make them feel better because their ex cheated on them. You know what I mean? And it didn't make them feel any better. That doesn't mean that that person's untrustworthy in the future. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really think it really depends. And you're the only one who can read that situation. Like, I know people who have cheated when they were younger and they learned so much from it and really regret it. Like, friends of mine. Sometimes people do something and they spend the rest of their lives regretting it and like beating themselves up over it, and they really learn from it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do think people can change. Like, I think people deserve second chances. I really do think people deserve second chances. Third, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chances, no, but second chances, yes. I honestly think if he's not done anything to you personally, you should give him a chance. Like, I don't think you can judge somebody unless they've shown you their true colours. Like, you can only judge someone off the actions, what they've done to you. Like, he's clearly told you that he's cheated on his ex, so isn't that him being like really honest and upfront about it? Which would be a good thing, because he could very easily have said, I didn't cheat on my ex. Do you know what I mean? So I personally think it would be worth giving him a chance if you are really interested in him. Like, you know, there's always a chance of us getting hurt, no matter what. Like, even if you're with somebody who has never cheated or anything, like, one day they could cheat. Just how life goes. You never really know. All you can do is put your faith and put your trust in someone and hope for the best, and that's all you can do at the end of the day. And at least then, at the end of the day, if worst case scenario, he turns around and he was what you thought he was and he did cheat or whatever, well, then at least you can say that you tried, and you're not going to have any regrets in the future, and you're never going to be looking back thinking what if. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people can do things and really learn from them in life. Like, you know, we only learn when we make mistakes. So maybe him cheating on his ex was a mistake, you know. I don't think people can change if they're constantly cheating. Like, one of my exes was just like a pro cheater, like on me, on his ex-girlfriend. He now has a new girlfriend that I've heard he's cheating on her as well. So like, you know, them kinds of people, no, but sometimes if it's a once-off thing, yes, do you know? So yeah, I hope that helped. I regret my first time. Any advice? Okay, so I personally don't believe in people having regrets, because regret is just like self-hate and guilt, and you're just beating yourself up about something you really cannot change. Like, there is absolutely nothing you can do about it now. Nothing. So what is the point in sitting there regretting it, being sad about it, being angry at yourself, beating yourself up, self-hate? What is the point in all that? It achieves absolutely nothing. All it is going to do is send yourself into a darker place in your head. It's not going to achieve anything for anyone. I personally think the best thing to do is to just accept it. Like, it happened, it's done, you can't go back. There is no magic portal we can jump in, unfortunately, and change the past. There just isn't. So the best thing you can do is just accept it. Like, you know, it happened, it's done. You have control about all your next times though, you know, and the next people you have sex with and how that goes. And you know what I mean? Like, your first time at the end of the day really is not a big deal. Like, I never ever think of my first time, ever. Like, when it happened, it was like, oh my god, like, I've had sex. But now it's nothing. A few years down the road, you definitely won't feel like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, most of the time, people's first times aren't anything special. Except for some people. Like, some people I know do have really good first times, but a lot of people's are just like meh. Like, it's just, is expecting 100% honesty from a guy a crime? No, not at all. Why would it be a crime? I know, like, I feel like guys and girls, just people, like, once people get hurt, like, they can get really bitter about love and about a certain gender or whatever, but you cannot categorize all guys into one box. You just can't. In my past, I have had nothing but lies, betrayal, cheating in relationships, in people I was seeing, and it hurts. It hurts like a fucking bitch, and it does affect you, and it can affect you for a really long time, and it does still affect me. But at least then you know that that person isn't for you, and you've learned something, and you're not going to waste any more time on that person. So, like, see it as a good thing. Like, if somebody has showed you that they're not honest and they're not loyal, then just say thank you and walk away, because now you have the opportunity to find somebody and meet somebody who is 100% honest. And there are people out there who are 100% honest. You really have to be very honest and upfront, I feel, at the start of a relationship, or at the start of, like, dating someone or whatever it may be, especially if you guys are going down like the commitment road. I feel it's very important to sit down and lay your cards out on the table and let them know what you expect from them, and express how important honesty is to because you. If you're not expressing how important something is to you, then you can't get mad if somebody doesn't give it to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, but once you've expressed what's important to you, if they then go and fuck that up, well, then that's on them, and that just shows the kind of person they are. So no, it's not a crime. You 100% can find someone who is going to be nothing but honest with you, and I completely relate, because honesty is something that's so important to me, and especially in a relationship, because it's something I never had in past relationships. Don't let the people from your past control your future. Like, don't let the people who have hurt you in the past prevent you from meeting someone amazing in the future. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, my friend is just ringing me there. Turn him on, I'm filming. No. Yes. You act so different around me. So different around me. How to get over a fuckboy. We broke things off 4 months ago, and I still miss him for some reason. I've been there. I think most girls have been there. And my best advice would be, you need to completely erase this boy out of your life. Completely. You need to block him on Instagram. Stop checking if he's viewed your story. I know it's so hard. I know it's tempting, but you have to do it. Once you've blocked him, you can't keep looking him up. If you keep looking someone up and you're constantly checking in on them, etc., you will not be able to get over them, because you're constantly reminding yourself of them. Your brain is constantly being reminded of them. So how the hell are you going to get over them? You won't be able to. The only way to get over a fuckboy is to just erase them. You've got to block them on Instagram, Snapchat, delete their number, Facebook, whatever it might be, so you cannot search them or contact them or anything. It's honestly the only way you're going to be able to get over them. Like, I remember being in a similar situation and I didn't delete them on everything, and he ended up messaging me one day, like months down the line, and he was trying to meet up with me again and see me, and I was like, no. As soon as he texted me and I deleted him, I was like, I am not letting myself go back there, because I deserve more than that, and I know I do. You've got to see your worth, and you've just got to completely erase them. It's literally the only way. The problem with social media is too much access to people. Like, our access to people is too easy. Like, we can just so easily see what somebody's up to, or see their face, or hear their voice if they're posting stories. Like, you need none of that shit. You need none of it in your life. Please do smash a big thumbs up if you did enjoy today's video. It helps me out a lot. But that is it from me today. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all keeping safe in this quarantine. We will get through this together. I know some days are really fucking hard, but we're all having hard days right now, and we can get through them. We've got to be kind to ourselves. We're all in this together, and we will all get through this together, okay? I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and for all of your support as always. I'm forever grateful. Bye bye, friends.